Good evening, gang. Yep, I know. It's a evening video from Pinball. What the hell is going on? I'll explain. Okay. It was a nice day here today. 70 degrees. I got a whole bunch of mushroom compost yesterday. I was out in my gardens spreading compost, moving sand around, working in my garage, taking advantage of a nice day. I got going at 7:30 this morning. I walked in the house at 6 o'clock. Okay. I didn't look at my phone, check out news. Obviously, there was no noon video or anything like that today because this time of year, I'm going to take advantage of whatever time I have this time of year in good weather. So I have less to do when it's planting season and everybody is extremely busy. Okay. So I came in at 6 o'clock and sit down, relax, and check my email. And my email had blown up, and everybody was telling me about the fire at the Oak Ridge nuclear facility. Okay, 6 o'clock is the first time I was hearing about this, so I knew nothing about it. First off, Mrs. P and I are fine. No big deal. We were outside all day, nothing, you know, just doing our normal work around the house, the yard, everything like that. That was it. Okay. So I saw all these emails. I'm like, okay, what happened? And so I went and I looked and I got on the local news channels websites, okay, because they're going to have more information than the national websites or anything like that. You know, they have inevitably have contacts at Oak Ridge because it's big here, okay, where CNN couldn't find Oak Ridge on a map. This wasn't a major fire, guys. Okay, this was not. There were no explosions. This wasn't anything bad. I'm not. Now, please understand. I'm not trying to say this isn't a serious issue. I mean, when you have a fire at a plant that makes nuclear material for nuclear weapons, that's serious. Okay, but this in the stories that are out there, okay, this was a hood fire, okay, in a processing facility. It was a uranium processing facility. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to downplay that this is serious, but it's not anything anybody needs to panic about. Okay. The fire started at 9:14. They put a lockdown order for all employees, so everybody, put the fire out, make sure everybody was safe. Typical protocols, that would be normal. And by 11:30, they had removed the lockdown orders and everything was as best as possible, okay, considering the circumstances, back to normal. Okay. There was nothing that was released in the air, nothing that was released to the public, okay. Y12 did everything they could, took all the appropriate measures that they were supposed to, and did everything that they had. None of the continuous air monitors that run detected any radiation that was released from the facility. No employees were injured. No employees are missing, anything of the sort. So, yes, this is a news story, okay? And I have a life. Okay, so I'm not CNN. Okay, I don't sit around and watch the news all day long. If I see something, okay, I will tell you about it. Sometimes I am on the couch or at my desk or whatever it is, and I'll see it. Sometimes I'm actually doing prepping things, and that. But I just wanted to give you guys the deal on this. That yeah, it happened. Okay, and no, it's nothing to freak out about. I completely get that we're all on edge, okay? That every little thing is, oh my God, what's going on next, okay? I mean, between East Palestine, or then you have the coal train, or, in Nebraska, and now you have this, and the Idaho issue with the power plants and stuff like that. Yeah, I get it, okay? Could something be possible? in some of those cases, yeah, I think so. In this one, no. Okay. Simple reason is this. If there's any facility that probably has the highest security whatsoever in the country, it's going to be one of our nuclear weapons processing plants. Okay. You're not getting a tour. I remember living up in, for those of you guys that live in Chicago, okay, and I mean, I lived in the Darien, Westmont area, and it's not important there. But those of you guys that live up in the Chicago area, you guys know Argonne Labs, okay? And my ex-brother-in-law worked out at Argonne Labs, and he gave me a tour one time, okay? And Argonne's a nuclear facility. There's actually silos there. And there were a whole lot of places that he couldn't take me because he wasn't allowed to go there, and he was a nuclear engineer, okay? So no, I don't think that this was anything to worry about. This wasn't sabotage. This wasn't anything to do with the Chinese balloons, okay? The Chinese balloons, hey, even if they had, thermal imaging or whatever on them when they went over, they're not going to see anything. So all I'm saying is, yes, I'm glad. The one thing I was glad to see is so many of you emailed me on it, meant that so many of you are paying attention to what's going on. That part made me really happy, okay? Just, as always, get the whole story and check out the information that you find, okay? Or that you hear, because knowing the truth, knowing the whole truth is a lot better than knowing half-truths, and people make rash decisions when they don't know the whole story. You guys know that. But as for Oak Ridge, everything is fine. I have no problem walking outside. Like I said, Oak Ridge is 50 miles as the crow flies away from me, okay? And I would be downwind from it. No, my face isn't melting off or anything. So all is good. But, don't worry, okay? This one, as potentially scary as something the story could be, and that CNN or something like that is going to, the loony left for sure is going to go, oh my God, it was a nuclear accident. It was a hood fire, okay? What the cause was, we don't know yet, okay? But just relax, okay? This is not a major issue, irregardless of how it's being spun. We're fine. Pinball out.